good. Second game, live odds, sportsbookreview.com. Cactus Bowl tonight from Phoenix. Baylor against Boise State. Boise's been in this setting many times. They're familiar with the venue. 7.5, 67.5 the total. I'm surprised Baylor took the bowl game. The coaching staff's gone. They had the long losing streak to end the season. Another running back. I know it's all McCaffrey and Fournette. Linwood's not going to play. Get ready for the NFL draft. This is it's a dumpster fire with Baylor.
Well, I thought like Boise was great this year, but let's talk about the Baylor side of the equation. We talked Miami O when they entered the first team to ever enter a bowl game after starting the season 0-6. Well, how about this? Baylor's the other end of that equation. No team has ever entered a bowl before in the midst of a 6-game losing streak. And when you think about everything that's gone on in Waco over the last couple of years, I honestly wonder if these kids want to be here. I am not sold on taking Baylor, and that's very much reflected in this point spread. You have a situation where, okay, they have a new coach, but he's not here yet. You have an outgoing coach who's just going back to retirement at Jim Grobe. Are they going to have a little bit of fun? It's a warm weather site. I'm not convinced that it's a scenario where Baylor is going to be fully focused on the game. But what this team needs more than anything, probably, just to relax a little bit and have some fun playing football, they might be able to do that in this type of scenario. And if they do that, maybe they can hang around and cover a number. Because like I said, I'm not sold on Boise being elite.
No, you're right about that. They really struggled covering big point spreads. They actually had a rough time doing it at home. The inability to beat Air Force again and handle the option. They lost to Wyoming in a game they had a 14-point lead, so they had a ton of issues, and I'm surprised there was some people. Harsin interviewed for the Oregon job. He stayed, but I was surprised that people were hot after him, considering that was another down season by Boise standards.
Yeah, exactly, by Boise standards, but when you're here in Vegas, you get a good sense of how good Boise actually is in their really good years. And out in the mainstream America or back east where some of this stuff happens in terms of who's good or who's not in college football here, they don't notice the nuances that Boise was down a little bit this year. This is what they notice, that Boise's 7-3 straight up in their last 10 bowl games. That they've blown out their opponent, they've won each of the last 2 years in their bowl. What, the 55-7 over Northern Illinois in the Poinsettia Bowl last year. We know that Boise takes their opportunities versus Power 5 conferences seriously. 5 straight up wins in a row versus teams from the Power 5 teams. We know they've got a good quarterback in Brett Ripien. We know they got a running back in Jeremy McNichols. I mean, McNichols had 27 touchdowns this year. And Baylor's defense, it's vulnerable. But I'll tell you what I'm doing with this game. Absolutely nothing. I'm going to talk about it. It'll probably be on the TV. But pre-kickoff, I'm not even thinking about making a wager on this one.
Yes, maybe you get involved in-game if looks like the wheels are coming off early for Baylor.
Research before you bet. Be sure to check out SBR Picks for the best game predictions, breakdowns, and much, much more.